Sandown, race 5, number 8, Osbred Rising Sun. So it has run 1800, close second at Warwick Farm, went well at Newcastle, over 1850. Impressive, mapping ideally. I'll probably take a place there.
Pericles won a 2.5 second. Head bobber, Osbred Rising Sun or Mr. Maestro.
Race 8, number 1, Animo. Picks himself, gets the job done, does what he needs to do. Fitter, good luck beating it.
The big A, Animo's back. Rivals, Mo'unga. He seems to have Mo'unga's measure apart from Champions Day. The other one's Fangirl. So Fangirl was actually a pretty good run first up. If there's any danger, mate, it's Fangirl. Animo should improve. I just can't see him losing.
Group 1 win, number 8 for the Great Animo. Destroys them in the chipping Norton. Fangirl second, Mo'unga Brave in third. Followed.
Yeah, best bet, Admiration Express.
Race?
That is race 7, number 2 at Ascot.
Yep.
She might be offering a little more as Warwick now draws the whip, goes past her, hits the lead, Admiration Express. She put pain to Phil's playful. Magami runs on, but Admiration Express draws away with a brilliant win. Admiration Express.
King, it has to be Aussie Women T20 World Cup win.
And the legend that is this Australian cricket team creates yet another awe-inspiring chapter in cricketing folklore.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jesus, I'm here with Brownie, and this is your Front and Centre podcast, your home of beer betting, ball sports and bands since 2023. And we're back.
We are.
Milko, friend of the podcast, got us up and about.
How good.
It was good. It was very good.
Yeah.
Not so good, the commentary there. Sounded like she was having a nap.
They've just won a World Cup final. Get up and about. I don't know whether it was Lisa Sthalekar or is it Mel Jones?
Maybe it was Mel Jones. Mel Jones.
Just
come
up
on,
and about.
Mel.
Especially because it's the third in a row.
Yeah.
Get up, Mel.
Come on, Mel. And I mean, it was like, what, about 1 a.m. or something here, so like 4 a.m. for the East Coast. We need a bit of pep, Mel.
It's going to put you to sleep.
Yeah, exactly,
Jesus,
right.
Mel.
But some good winners of the racing. Admiration Express, obviously fantastic. Lucy Warwick gave us the A+, costing us some money again on the pyramid. My racing tips are getting neglected here, costing us money.
Hey, we had to back friends of the podcast.
That's
there.
true, and we had Animo as well in the pyramid talk,
Well,
so we're back on the pyramid talk.
Shout out to you there with Animo because you called the trifecta there.
Well,
And-
it wasn't hard, to be fair, but
I know, but Animo was $1.70. The trifecta
Good win
paid
too.
$28.40, so hey,
we gave out the
something.
stat when Animo sits in the first 6, he normally wins, and he had barrier 3. He was ready to sit there, but he was a lot further back. But
Yeah.
J-Mac just got to work, and he's the best horse we've got by a mile. It was an amazing win.
So good by Animo. Good to have him back. Bad by Dundalk. They lose 2-1.
Yeah, well, we've cooked Dundalk. As
Yeah.
soon as we hopped on board, they haven't listened to the podcast again, and they've one draw from 2 games.
Yeah, not good from Dundalk. So we apologise for that. We'll just silently follow you until you start winning, and then we'll probably jump back on board. Pre-season's officially underway tonight.
Well, it's been underway for a bit.
well,
and we're not even. I don't care.
I guess it's pre-season, like officially underway. Then you say you don't care, right? That's fine. But for your average punter out there, if you were to watch a pre-season game, what are you looking for?
Well, you're just looking at the kids.
Yeah.
Because you know what the older blokes are going to deliver. Like, you're not going to go out there and go, oh, yeah, Jack Darling's tearing the house down. Awesome. You want to see Elijah Hewitt. You want to see Jimby. Yeah. You want to see Long. You don't want to see, like, Luke Shuey and Darling.
That's true. You're not wanting to see if they're playing people in different positions. For example, Billy Frampton played in the back line today and looked lost.
Not really, no.
No? Okay.
Because it's a practice match. If you're going to try something, do it now. It doesn't mean he's going to play there in the actual season.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, well, it's underway. Before we get to fantasy later on, good pick by you with Paddy Lipinski there.
Yeah, oh, mate, awesome.
Poor Paddy.
First player not picked in our fantasy team we're going to announce later. So we've done a bit of a mix. So we've had 2/3 my guys, 1/3 Brownie's guys. So we're going to be 1/3 as bad.
Sounds like a good mix.
1/3 as bad as my team. So
that's good. And also, from last week, we've got some news about. We'll call him a friend of the podcast, but a bloke from the footy club.
Well, he is a friend of the podcast.
Known as the White Tiger.
Chatty
What do you
Paris.
got?
Well, White Tiger's been back, and he's back in action, and he's roaring in 2023. So he blew the cobwebs out back in January. He's gone 10.65 with a plus 1.6 wind. advantage, that is the fastest ever para-athlete in Australian athletics history.
So to catch everybody up, that's Chad Peris. He is a 100-metre sprinter for Australia in the Paralympics.
Yep.
And he went to the last Paralympics.
He did indeed. He ran 5th.
Yeah. And now he's
back. He's back in a big
definitely
way.
back,
10.65, that was in January.
Yeah.
And he came out last week with a 10.81.
That's so good.
In the ambulant. And the Tiger is back.
Good, Chatty. Good.
So let's get around him. We're going to get some... There'll be some White Tiger merch, surely.
Paralympics next year.
No.
Yeah?
July 23, according to...
Oh. Surely they're on the same year as the
Actually,
Olympics.
You're right.
Yeah.
World Championships.
So World Champs are this year.
Yeah.
So we'll watch him in the World Champs.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Good, Chatty. Hopefully, eventually when this gets to the footy club, he'll listen to this and he'll...
Mate, we'll just tag him, and then we'll talk about Fulham, and he'll tweet us because he loves Fulham. Mad for Craven Cottage.
They're not doing too bad, are they?
Well, I eventually got on them, remember, early days, and they started winning, and then I jumped off, and they've jumped off. So,
Well, that's all good, well and good, but we've got something very important to do. And for once, I'm actually quite nervous about how this one's going to taste, but we've got a beer review to do, Novo.
well, it's a very plain can to the ones you've been bringing before. So
It
we've
is.
got a Running with Thieves Super Draft. So 5% alcohol. It's pretty interesting. Running with Thieves, producers of premium quality goods for people with questionable lifestyles.
Yeah, that's us.
Run with us.
That's us.
Right, so this is where it gets a bit interesting. Super crisp with a juicy hop component. The infusion of beta-carotene, BCP, terpenes,
Yeah.
not a
Something.
brewer.
Yeah.
Yep, from the sativa cannabis plant.
Yes.
Limits the bitterness and leaves a silky feel across the palate. Packed with the good stuff for super sessions every session.
Yeah. So
Wow. South Fremantle, so we're going south the river, so this will be interesting.
So I've bought it because I saw a double draft. I've had a draft beer obviously before, and I've never known what a double draft tastes like.
What do you mean double draft?
Well, doesn't it say double?
Super
super
draft.
draft. Sorry.
Come on,
Yeah,
Scott.
Sorry, I didn't know what a
I
super
literally
draft
just
was.
said super
well,
draft.
Yes.
Listeners,
thought
it
you
hasn't
can.
gotten any better. We thought we were hitting career low areas with Finkler and Einhorn last week. We got some awesome feedback about how much of a disgrace you are. And now you're dishing us double draft.
I'm just concerned because it says it contains BCP terpenes, whatever the hell that is. I'm concerned.
Should we Google what that is?
Yeah, quickly.
Yeah, you keep talking, I'll Google.
We'll quickly Google that. We'll also, I'm sure you'll briefly bring this up later on, but the ball's turning at right angles in India at the moment, and the Aussies are actually doing okay.
Well, they're almost
which is-
about chasing 70. This hasn't helped me from what I've just said.
Oh, okay.
Beta-carotene or BCP oil is one of the most potent terpenes, and when used as an additive to food, it is recognised by the FDA as genetically recognised safe. So that's a start.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of only few plant chemicals with this designation.
All right, well,
So it's basically mull juice was what I'm
sounds like-
taking
yeah,
out of this.
sweet. So don't
Taking mull juice.
don't worry about pickle juice. Don't worry about pickle beer.
Far out.
Let's have some bong beer.
Let's give us a crack. Oh, that went everywhere.
Oh, Jesus.
What are you doing to me?
Well, maybe that's the bong water that's coming up. Jesus.
What are you doing to me here?
I promise I did not shake these
Hey,
up.
I need some paper towels before I start drinking this. What is happening, Scott?
There we go. There we go.
All right. My notes have just got saturated. My phone's saturated.
Ooh, I don't know how I feel about it either.
Oh. Well, if you don't like it, what chance have I got?
I just... Well, we're going to have to down it, so...
Well, while I'm looking at it, it's all... The terpenes are all in cannabis oil.
Yeah.
Muscle and joint relaxant.
Well, I'd try it. I don't know how I feel.
I'm scared.
I love that look on your
You
face.
can taste the plant, can't you?
Yeah, it kind of does taste like
You can
bong
taste,
water.
but it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Well, I can't say I'm a big bong smoker, Scott. So
Well, I haven't drunk bong water either, so...
wouldn't put it past you. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a very iffy one.
Well, it's better than the risky business. There's still one risky business in the fridge, listeners. So if you want one, shout out. We'll send it out to you. What was after that? The Killars.
Yeah, what was the one we had last week? The one we had last week, you hated.
Yeah, that was worse than the Killers.
Yeah. I think we've tried to erase that one from our memories.
I think we have.
What
was that?
I honestly cannot remember. We'll look back. I'll try to find it.
So, the Killers was 4.5.
Yeah.
The Risky Business was 3. This is better than the Risky Business.
Okay.
It's probably on par with the Killers.
Okay.
So that's a 4.5.
All right. Yeah, you know what? The second sip's better than the first.
Is it?
Yeah.
I wasn't game. I'm still covered. I stink of bong water now.
Second one is better than the first.
Not by much. It's actually pretty rancid.
Well, hopefully...
Actually, second sip, I might put it back to a 4.
All right, 4 it is.
The Killer, because I can't even remember what last week was, but that was bad too.
I didn't mind it. But
Where was this one from?
this one was just from Dan Murphy's. I bought it because I've had Running with Thieves ginger beer before.
Okay.
And I thought, oh, yeah, that was pretty good. And
yeah, chalk and cheese, mate.
Yeah, not good. Anyway, we've got to move on because we've got a lot to get through. And this is the first thing we're going to get through. NBL Finals, Novak. Game 1 and Game 2 are this Friday and this Sunday. There's been a long break. 12 days it was.
The hashtag rig to get Sydney fit has come out, so that's fantastic. We've got the odds. We got Sydney are $1.49, and that's skinny.
To win the series or just...
to win Game 1.
Yeah, right. That's in Sydney?
Yes, so they got the home... Excuse me. Yeah, it doesn't taste good on the burp either. 147, 256, right, for the first game. So, similar odds for the series. Maybe we need to send over Sydney some Running with Thieves Super Draft.
Yep.
Sort of their colours, isn't it? I'm colourblind.
Well, no,
is that green?
No, that's green.
I'm colourblind.
It's like green and black. It's more South East
colourblind, mate.
Anyway, run us through what you got. It's been a long break. Game 1's this Friday. Game 2's this Sunday. And then they've got a break.
Next week.
And so then we got games next
sorry, listeners, we've got at least one more week of NBL and then you can tune out. Oh. Well, Kings have been basically trying to play the us versus them.
Yep.
They're going around showboating. They've got their peanut media guy, their peanut CEO. They got Cooks walking around, strutting around, going, everyone hates us. We love it. You know, we love being the underdogs. We love everyone hating us. And it's like they're walking around as though they're King Dicks and they've already won.
Yep.
You got the Breakers coming off 2 COVID years where they were away from home, coming off like one of the worst records ever. They had like 5 wins last year.
Yep.
They've gone through a full restructure. They're hungry.
Yeah.
They're really hungry. So the way I see it is it's a pretty even matchup. I have the Breakers bat deeper, and that's why I've been saying this for weeks now.
Yeah,
so I've been saying they were warming up. They were warming up. When we knocked them off that game where Webster went bonkers, I was like, don't go to sleep on the Breakers. They're coming. Because they're really average in the middle, and now they're building. So basically, the way I see, they've got obviously key players. I think Cooks and Brantley really rule each other out. Brantley can do a number on Cooks. He's really good.
Yep.
So the 2 key players to me are DJ. So Vasilovic, when he's on fire, he turns the game.
Yep.
So when they were off and Cairns were giving it to him, DJ took him down.
Yep.
His 3 ball went off and he went bonkers. So he's a big key.
Yep.
The main guy for Breakers is Barry Brown.
Yep.
So Barry Brown's 6-man, comes off the bench, plays 1 minute. So they start with Rupert. He's the next star.
Yep.
And then they bring Brown Jr. on and he goes absolutely mental. So he got 32 points in that last game and went absolutely bananas.
Yep.
So I've had a look at the stats. And this is in the vicinity of Super Bowl areas. It's really, really good.
Oh, good.
So over the last 24 games, the 2 teams have played. 12 wins Sydney, 12 wins Breakers.
Yeah, right.
And Breakers have been putrid.
Yep.
Right? So you've got that. They've played 3 times this year. First game in New Zealand, 77 New Zealand, 81 Breakers. That was round 7.
Yeah, yep.
Away team wins. Second game, 81 points to 88 New Zealand. Kings win.
Yep.
Round 12.
Yep.
Last time they played, round 16, 88 Sydney, 93 Breakers.
Yeah, right.
Away team won.
Stats say so far close game.
Very close game.
Yep.
And you go through the starting matchup. So you've got Suarez versus Pardon.
Yep.
Tick Pardon.
Yep.
Cooks versus Brantley. I'm calling that a tie.
Yep.
Simon versus Abercrombie. I give that to Simon.
Yep.
DJ versus Rupert. Give it to Rupert. Walton Jr. versus McDowell White, tie.
Yeah.
Brown Jr. versus Glover, double tick, New Zealand.
Okay.
Noy versus Lowe, tie. Bruce versus Lafayette, tie.
Yeah.
So I got 3 ticks to 1.
So 3 to New Zealand.
3 ticks to 2.
3 to New Zealand, 2 to Sydney.
Yeah. And I mean, some might say, yeah, Cooks has got Brantley, so I'm happy to go 3, 2.5.
Yeah. Okay.
Which means close game.
Yep.
This is the kicker. Old mate Buford, what did he do 2 games ago?
Abused an umpire
Chris Reed,
on TV.
what the heck is that?
Yes.
What the heck is that?
Yeah.
So old mate Vaughan Mabry's going around.
Yep.
Who else is umpiring?
Who?
Chris Reed.
Well, there you go. This is not good.
How can it be good?
Yeah.
The chickens might come home to roost here because, they're impartial, but, mate, you've baked him twice on national TV. You've gone up to the camera and abused him by name.
Well, the thing as well for Chase Buford is that ref shouldn't be taking any shit, and one little word out of his mouth, he should just...
Boom!
Yeah, absolutely.
Technical.
Absolutely.
Tell your story, walk and chase. Go back to your old man, San Antonio. Ask for the money. Wah, 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 chase.
I don't know what the hell that was. What
You see the way he acts. He's a peanut.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Anyway, so I want an actual series prediction.
Yep.
And who's your MVP?
3-2, Breakers, Brown Jr.
Okay, 3-2 Breakers, Brown Jr. So,
Yep.
And it's best of 5.
Best of 5. So there's 2 this week, 2 next week, and then I think the decider might be on a Monday.
And that'll be in Sydney.
That'll be in Sydney. Yeah.
Okay, so... And are these 2, do you know, are they both Sydney? Are they both Sydney, then both New Zealand?
I think
then
it's
Sydney?
home away.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to just confirm that. I didn't actually write that down, so that's poor by me.
Lucky for Sydney, anyway, even if it is, Sydney, New Zealand, not too far away. If that was Sydney, Perth.
Yeah, home away. So we've got Kudos, Breakers, back to Kudos, back to Breakers.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, it's a Wednesday, sorry. The decider will be a Wednesday. That'll be an absolute bottler.
Yeah. All right, so just for a little soundbite for next episode or the episode after, the series prediction is
Breakers
by
3-2.
Yeah, and your MVP is
Brown Jr.
Good.
I haven't said that twice now.
Yeah, no, I just wanted a proper so I could grab it for next episode.
So when it's 3-0, the Kings win by 20 points. MVP Cooks.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm calling it 3-1. Cook's MVP. The reason being, I think Sydney will just turn it on. I think they're a team that can just turn it on, and and you're right with DJ. I 100% agree with you there. He can shoot the lights out, and I feel like he is that kind of guy that can shoot the lights out while you cringe as you have that second sip of beer.
Jesus.
But I think that's my prediction. 3-1, Sydney, Cooks.
Could
MVP.
happen, but my thing is you're putting some shade on Brantley there because Brantley can really do a number on Cooks.
Yeah.
And when Cooks is off, their scoring capability fades. And all these guards like Lafayette, Brown Jr., McDowell White, Rupert, they can all play solid D.
Yeah.
Sydney can leak points.
I just see...
Like Quatnoy is decent on their bench, but Bruce Glover... I don't know. It just sits really well with me that this is a really good series and I'm excited. It's good because obviously best 2 teams get there. Obviously some teams showed a bit. Disappointing for JJs and Cairns, they got hurt.
Yep.
Disappointing for us and we were just shit for half the year.
Yep.
But look, 2 best teams are there. That's all you ask. Good games. It'll be good to watch.
Do you think that there's a bit less buzz around it because they had that big break?
Oh, 100%.
I feel like there is. I haven't lost interest, but I'm like...
100%.
Yeah.
You should have been riding hot on the back of like all this stuff that's been going on.
Yeah.
And now it's just like Sydney are trying to be relevant, get the crowd involved. They had a half-full stadium for Game 3 when they won.
Yeah.
Like 7,000 people.
Yeah. You got to ride the
Basketball
wave.
home of Australia, please.
Yeah. If
Paul
that-
Smith. He's permanently in the bin, that bloke.
If one of those games was here, that would have been sold out last week.
No, it would have been sold out as soon as the tickets went on sale.
Yeah. Hot tickets. All right.
Well, just quickly, the Aussies are in line to win here.
Oh my God.
$1.05. So they're chasing 75. So Gaz has put on a clinic. So
Chasing 75.
he got 8 in the second innings.
Sucked in India. That's the pitch you want to put up deal with it.
You can always count on Australia to deliver when it's a dead rubber and we've lost.
Yeah. Thanks, Australia.
Nothing more certain. Bit more about that in the bin later on.
Absolutely. Anyway, we'll move on. All right. AFL team previews. Let's do it. So we are up to Port, Richmond, and the Saints.
Have you got the power to win, Scott?
I think they do.
I think I've got the power to roar after this beer.
So we'll quickly go through. I'll hit up average age, average
This
games
is
played.
really average.
We might need a Carlton draft. We might need a pause for a second soon. And ins and outs. So quickly, Port Adelaide, 24 years and 24.4 years, ranked 10th. And average games, 67.9, ranked 9th. Ins, not many ins and outs for them. Ins, Nathan Barkla, Category B rookie. Francis Evans, delisted free agent from Geelong. Horn Francis from North Melbourne. Kyle Marshall, pick 59. Tom McCullum, pick 36. Junior Rioli from West Coast. Thomas Scully, another Tom Scully.
Yeah, the third one.
Another Tom Scully.
The third Tom Scully.
Pick number 53. Out Carl Amon to Hawthorn. Martin Frederick delisted. That's surprising, and I'm surprised no one's picked him up. Robbie Gray retired. Sam Mays delisted. Stephen Motlop retired. Taj Schofield delisted. Hopefully he comes back to Subi.
I'm pretty sure he is at Subi.
Good. And Sam Skinner delisted. What do you got, Novak?
Contender.
Yep.
I have a big thing about contract year for coaches. Contract year, Hinkley needs to deliver. Koshy is out for his blood.
Yep.
Doesn't want Warren Treadray back. Koshy wants blood.
Yeah.
They need to deliver.
Yep.
I like the ins.
Yep.
Obviously, Robbie Gray out. They needed another small forward. Rioli is that. Horn Francis is a good get for them. I think back home he's definitely going to improve.
Yep.
Gets a lot of hate. But look, kid's still got talent, and I'm sure he's going to improve his game, especially now that he's in a better team with a better midfield.
Yeah.
So he's got some studs around him.
I saw
absolute studs.
Saw him today in the Freo game, and he was standing there. The ball had gone out, about to be thrown in, and I was thinking, "Who is that? That guy's a beast! Like thighs, like tree trunks. He's gotten big.
Yeah.
He's in the gym. Anyway,
well, he's paid to be an athlete, Scott. So
yes,
you'd think he'd put it this way. I wouldn't say I'd look like that, but if I was paid his money to exercise all day, I'd be in pretty good nick too.
Do you know what? I probably wouldn't. But...
Yeah, because you're a slack man.
Anyway, give us your best 22.
Well, it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid.
Yep.
So I've got Ryan Burton, Tom Jonas. I'm putting Tom McCallum in the side.
Yep.
He can play.
Okay.
I've got him in. Dan Houston, Aliria, DBJ. Pretty solid.
Solid. Yep.
Pretty solid.
That's the one word I would use.
Yeah. I got Kane Farrell.
Yep.
I got Ollie Wines. I got Dersma.
Yep.
Junior Rioli, Todd Marshall, Horn Francis.
Yep.
Your boy, SPP, Charlie Dixon, Georgiades.
Yep.
Lysette, Rosie, Butters.
Yep.
We got Boak, Willem Drew, Orazio, and Jeremy Finlayson.
Yep.
So we've got Lockie Jones. He's probably the unlucky one to miss out. I went for McCallum over him. Jace Burgoyne gets a shot. Bonner's good. Josh Sins showed potential last year. So they've got a fair bit of depth. They've got Teakle as the backup ruckman. He looks like a player as well. Staying fit is their key.
Well, that's what hurt them last year, didn't
Their
it?
midfield, like Rosie, Butters, Wines, Drew, Boak, and then the outside run of Farrell, Dersma, like it's solid.
Yeah. You missed Horn Francis in that.
Yeah, well,
midfield as well.
I think he's going to play a lot of forward.
Okay. Yep.
And you got SPP, who can go in there as well. So the only concern for them is the small forward. Like SPP is not really a small forward, like really Ollie is, but Gray's a big out for them.
Yeah.
He's delivered for year on year on year. And obviously
Very
they
clutch as
they got
well.
Marshall, Georgiades and Dixon. They got a good core of tools there.
Yeah.
Not so mosquito fleet, more like a March fly
Yeah.
fleet.
Okay.
A bit bigger and a bit slower than the mosquitoes. But I think they're a contender. And they get the home ground advantage at home. And this is the year they have to win games. And I think Rosie, Butters need to stay fit.
Yep.
You know my thoughts on Rosie. He's my early Brownlow. He's in my mix for my Brownlow.
Yep.
I've put the Moz on Oh, excuse me. Oh,
There it is.
I put the Moz on Took. He did a hammy, so hopefully Rosie can go better. I've got them really contending.
Yeah.
I've got them. I said, they're in my top 4, so
Yeah.
I've got them sitting 3 and 4.
Yep.
I got obviously Brisbane, Geelong 1. And I got Melbourne, Port 2. Got 3-4.
I cannot disagree with anything you said there. I'm big on them. I was big on them last year. Injuries hurt them big time last year.
Yeah, Lysette out did not help them.
Lysette out, Dixon out, Aaliyah was out.
Ryder was
I
out.
think Wines got injured for a bit.
Yeah, he had the heart thing.
Yeah, so I think that hurt him a lot. And you can actually see at the end of the season last year,
They were coming better.
Yeah, they started getting some real good wins and close losses to like the likes of Geelong and Sydney and everyone. I like them.
I think Orazio will help as well in that small forward line. Like, he missed the whole of last year.
Yeah, he's not a like for like with Robbie Gray.
No, but he gives the same sort of stuff.
Absolutely, and I think that's a smart little pickup for him.
Well, they had him, he just didn't play.
Yeah, well, like as in like a smart little insert for them with Robbie gone. So, I'm looking forward to seeing Port play. I think they'll be good. I love Sam Powell-Pepper, obviously an 18s boy when I was there.
You put the Moz on a lot of those boys, though, haven't you, really?
Timmy English is doing all right. SPP is doing pretty well. SPS, Sam Patrese-Seaton, not great. Norton's pretty good.
Yeah, but how much did you have to do with Norton?
I didn't rate Norton at all. He was a lanky backman, and I was like, this guy, he's not going to get far.
He should still be a lanky blackman. He definitely shouldn't be that. Mate, I'm freaking high as a kite right now. Absolutely off my chops.
All right, so...
Got Cheech and Chong over here getting absolutely blazed.
We would have a cart noise. This is
Oh, jeez. That'd be a good podcast.
So we move on from Port to another contender, I think, and I'm sure you do as well, with Richmond. So the Tigers.
Not as much of a contender as what you think.
Okay. 25.1 years ranked 4th, 81.1 games played ranked 3rd. I think that's pretty bloody good at the moment.
The time is now for them. That's what it's saying.
In Keelan Bradkey, preseason sup selection, Seth Campbell, rookie draft, Steely Green, what a name.
Yeah, he's a South Freo boy.
My God. Jacob Hopper from GWS, Caleb Smith, pick 49, Tim Taranto, GWS, Taylor Young, rookie draft.
Looks like Tyler Young, but...
Tyler? Yeah, okay, let's go with Tyler. My bad.
Jesus Christ,
names are my thing.
Yeah, but there's no A in front of TA. Don't you call it Tyler Swift? Shake it off.
Hey,
shake it off.
Some names I've seen, you're like, oh, this is your name. No, it's completely different. Trust me.
Well, you can't even get the normal ones right, let alone the tricky ones.
Yeah, that's true. I know this one. Jake Arts delisted. Josh Caddy retired. Riley Collier Dawkins delisted. Shane Edwards retired. Kane Lambert retired, Will Martin delisted, Matthew Parker delisted, Sydney Stack delisted, and Jason Castagna retired.
Stack and Parker might be back at South this year.
That's very good for them if they can get
half of South Fremantle at North Freo this year, so
are they?
They're going to go well in B grade.
Classic North Freo. Anyway,
exactly. Richmond,
who's your best 22? What do you got?
Pretty solid backline. You got Grimes, you got Bolter. Talk about him later. We got Vloston, you got Daniel Rioli, you got Robbie Tarrant. I got Jaden Short in the back line because that's where he plays his best footy.
Yep.
In the mids, we got Camden McIntosh, we got the Meatball,
yep,
and we got Marleon Pickett.
Yep.
Forward line Shea Bolton, Jack Rewalt, Dusty.
Yep.
And then I've got Morris Rioli, Tom Lynch, and Jack Graham.
Yep.
Nank the Tank, Taranto, and Hopper.
Yep.
And then I got Baker, I got Cochin, I got Broad, and I got Cumberland. I like Cumberland.
Yeah.
He's a bit of an X factor.
Love the sausage.
I got Ralph Smith in the mix as well.
Yeah.
But my issue is it starts to drop off.
Yeah.
So their depth for me is tested.
Okay.
Gibcus out
is
not helpful for them. My other issue is their speed.
Okay.
They're slow.
Yep.
So, especially through the midfield, like they're talking about Cochin taking him out of the midfield. Mind you, you bring in Taranto and Hopper, you take him out, right?
Yep.
But where do you play him?
Yeah, good question.
he's not one of those players we go, like Luke Shuey or Pendlebury, we can play him on the back flank, or Heppel or Zeeble, you know. Yeah. He's not one of those players. Nah. Like, he's sort of like Joel Selwood. You don't go Joel Selwood.
He's an in and under.
Yeah, you don't go Joel Selwood, you go on the back flank because you're getting older, right?
Yeah.
So I have an issue with that. You put him in the forward line, you got Dusty who doesn't man up, Jack Graham slow, and then obviously Rioli misses out then, really.
Yeah,
Cochin's in there.
And I don't think you can let him miss out.
No, of course, because he's the speed down there.
Yeah.
You got Shea Bolton's the X factor. He's probably literally their best player at the moment.
Yep.
Him and Tom Lynch are the two game breakers for him. Tom's actually in a bit of an interrupted preseason at the moment, so I've cooked him as well. I'm still on board, Tom, but I believe, mate. But you've got older guys, and that's my concern. There's a little bit of West Coast Eagles about them where they stink. They stink. They don't. They think they're still contending, and they could fall off really quickly. Yeah. So don't get me wrong. I think they're playing finals this year. They're in the mix, but they need things to go their way. They need to stay fit. Like, a few of these guys will be managed. Rewald will be managed. Cochin will be managed. Like, Robbie Tarrant's pretty old as well.
Yep.
But their midfield depth is there because Short can go in, but they're slow.
Yeah.
Like, you look, McIntosh and Pickett are fast, but they're not line breakers. It's not like what the Hawks have got in the back line with Impey and CJ and, you know, all the run, Weedle, all the run behind the ball. And, like, that's the way the game is sort of trending. Like, the Pies are going to bring the fast ball movement as well, but they're hard at it. Yeah. So if it's a contest and it's game on, that's what they want. Them and Sydney are the two teams that really want contested footy.
Yeah.
And if it's contested, they will go close.
Yeah.
They've still got the manpower to kick scores. Tom goes off, happy days. Like, Shai Bolton's a hard matchup. And if Dusty's fit, like, they've still got the ability, right?
Yeah,
they're definitely
absolutely.
there. But things have got to go their way. Yeah. Personally, I've got them bottom half of the 8. I've got them 7th or 8th.
Okay. Very decent argument there of they have to stay fit. I can only go off what's on paper at the moment.
To be fair, everyone's got to stay fit. But.
And paper says that their side is very good. And Dusty goes forward. At any moment, you could go to Dusty. All right, Dusty, we need you back in the guts. But down forward, he's unstoppable. Shea Bolton only gets better.
I'd be more worried about Bolton than Dusty in the forward line.
I'll be putting Bolton in the guts more than forward. I personally think, just because he's getting better and he's so miraculous with the footy and his skills are very good with the footy, him and Dusty could be swapping forward because they're going to get, I feel like if they both play forward, they're going to get in each other's way because they're similar kind of players. I 100% agree with you. Shea Bolton is probably their best player at the moment, and you would probably want Dusty to get out of the way of him, but Dusty's Dusty.
Yeah.
So I think that...
He's not playing every game either, remember?
Yeah,
so he'll get managed.
They'll manage him. Agreed with the back line there. Didn't think about Tarrant being older. You know, I don't... You look at him just like you used to look at his brother and think, oh, yeah, he's 24.
Yeah.
But
fair to say his brother's a fair bit better.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've got him mid... Anywhere from 5th to 7th. I've got them in the finals. I don't have them top 4, and I think they finish 5th.
Yeah,
and I think even with injuries, they can finish 7th.
Like the way I see this move, like I'm more big on Carlton than I am on Richmond because Carlton are building.
Yeah, I'll give you. Don't worry, at the end, I'll give you my definite where I've got everybody.
And we'll have to listen back to see how many of these are actually in the places that what you said.
All right, well, that's Richmond, and now let's quickly go through the Saints.
Well, the Saints have any players left? I mean, my side's been absolutely butchered with injuries right now. So I've got heaps of people I'm naming that are literally, they're going down like 9 pins there. Saints'
average age is 24.3 years, 11th, and 62.6 games played as average, which is 11th. Here we go. Anthony Caminiti? Anthony Caminiti. Perfect. Nailed that. Zane Cordy.
Jesus. That's a stretch that you nailed it.
Ollie Houghton. Isaac Keeler. Angus McLean. The Pooh. Matthias Philippou.
The Poe.
Liam Stocker. James Van Ness. Jaron Geary retired. Dan Hanbury retired. Dara Joyce delisted. Dean Kent retired. Jared Lionheart delisted. Is he
Lean it.
Is he somewhere else?
Not to my knowledge.
Not, okay. Ben Long's at the Gold Coast and Paddy Ryan are retired. Best 22, who we got, Novak?
I don't know who's left.
Yeah.
So I've got it's grim. I'm not going to lie. So you got Patton, Dougal, Howard. They've been playing him forward because I've got no forwards at the moment. Callum Wilkie, Jack Sinclair, Josh Battle, Webster.
Yeah.
Yeek. So Billings is gone. So I got Dan McKenzie on one wing, Steele on the other, Hill on the other.
Yeah.
I got Winhager. We got no Membry, so I've got Cooper Sharman at centre half forward. Then
Don't mind Cooper Sharman.
Yeah, well, he's going to have to be a stud.
Yeah, well, I don't.
We got Wanganeen Miller on the other flank. You got Dan Butler. I got Rowan Marshall at full forward because they need a tall.
Yep.
And then I got Jack Higgins in the other pocket. I got Tom Campbell starting ruck just because I don't think he's much of a forward. But and then Marshall obviously playing more ruck.
Yep.
And then I've got Crouch and Gresham. And then I got Seb Ross, Philippo, Hunter Clark, Nick Caulfield.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's back yet either.
I know he's running.
Yeah, I know he's there. And I mean, Zach Jones, I think's hurt as well.
Yeah.
He's in the mix. But like, I literally scrubbed out about 6 players.
Yeah.
So it didn't really go well. And
Yeah.
obviously, Ross, the boss, is in.
Yeah.
I think it's grim.
Yeah.
I think they're 14 to 14, 13.
Yeah.
I think Hawks can probably finish higher than them.
Yep. Okay.
So I initially had Hawks down bottom 4, but I think they can beat GWS, they can beat North, they can beat Saints.
Yeah.
I just think it's grim. We should have a bet who finishes higher. What do you reckon?
Well, I've got them finishing anywhere from 5th to 8th.
Oh, yeah. You've got fucking Sesame Street going on.
I'm joking. No, I've got them 12, 13.
Okay.
But to be honest,
side bet?
To be honest, I had that before half their side got in a car
they'll
crash
come
or
back.
something. Yeah, obviously they will, but
King's the big one, obviously.
yeah. And they're also a watch for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to make any bets because I don't know what the hell Ross is going to do.
What's Hawthorn going to do? No one knows.
Yeah, I would.
Side bet?
Do you know what? I would probably take that bet because I just think
They could be awesome. Ross could have flipped the script and
Yeah.
it could be mental.
I just think this year you guys are too young.
It's
You've got
a
talent.
risky bet.
Yeah. We'll go as
Shake on that one?
We'll go a 6. No, we'll go a 4-pack because I think they only come in 4-pack. 4 or 6-pack of the CBC beers because
So
they're your
we're on the
favourite so
double.
much.
So we've got
Can't
the
reach for these,
so we've got the Warner versus Mills Brownlow, and we got the Hawks versus Saints.
Yeah.
We need to add this to our actual bets we've already got as
There's
well.
about 600 of them. You're probably a brewery.
Yeah.
right
Well,
now.
I'll make sure you go to a good one.
Oh God. Running with thieves.
No.
All right,
Hey,
so-
ginger beers, yes, though. By the way,
they are very good.
but
I
this is not a ginger beer review, unfortunately.
can highly recommend.
This is actually getting worse. It's not getting better. How are you going?
I'm almost done, and to be honest, I wouldn't mind a Carlton Dry. So, with that being said, we've got some time.
Don't we still have one more side to go?
No, that was Port Richmond Saints.
Oh, we did too.
Yeah.
Good
anyway,
stuff.
Anyway, we've got to move on. We do have one more side to get through, and that is an AFL Fantasy side.
It is too.
So we'll get through them right now. I've just got to get my app up because we can read through the team that we put together. So, as you've said, Novak, it's what?
Subject-
One of my players and...
No, we got 10 of yours
Yeah.
and 20 of mine, and obviously subject to change, but this is where we're going to sit until teams come out round 1.
Yep.
Do you want me to pick it up?
No, there we go. AFL Fantasy. Got it. All right. So, I'll read through our team.
Well, we went with a mix, right? So I tried to pick a few of Scott's players. I left out a lot of average ones. Looking at Pat Lipinski, definitely.
I'll tell you what, he could come back and still have a real season. Anyway, so
Listeners,
starting
please.
from the back line, defenders, Doherty, Stewart, Dacos, Yo. That's Nick Dacos, by the way. Yo, Jinby, Weedle from Hawthorn. Clayton Oliver.
Before you go on,
midfield.
sorry, speaking of Dacos, he got given what for today?
He got locked down, didn't he?
Mitchell put Finn McGuinness on him.
Yep.
And did you see him after the game? Better get used to that. Good boss, Sam.
Yeah.
And McInnes isn't even like he's good, but he's not that good.
So are we trading Nick Dacos out?
No, because they're going to swing him in the back line when he gets tagged.
for Lipinski?
No.
Midfielders, Clayton Oliver, Marcus Bontempelli, Parrish, Warple, Will Ashcroft, Jack Steele, Phillips from North Melbourne.
Yep.
And Mackenzie, is it Cam Mackenzie?
Cam Mackenzie, who
From
had a pretty good game today from all reports. I didn't watch the game, but I'm a stats guy, so I read the stats and it looked good.
So that's our midfield. Rux, Rowan Marshall, and Scott Lysett after seeing Lysett's stats today. But I guess he's a good backup.
Well, the thing was that we needed cash.
Yeah.
And so we're talking English.
Yeah.
That's where we get like a Jack Steele in the side.
Yeah,
because we basically sort of going the guns and rooks approach.
Yeah.
Bar Warpedo. So Warpedo had a really good game today as well.
You sent me this forward line and I genuinely got excited.
Yeah, this is where we've got the bang for our buck, isn't it?
Josh Dunkley, Taranto, Rosie, Toby McLean from the Dogs, Harry Sheasel, and the Pooh.
Sheasel looks a player. He really looks good, doesn't he?
I like that forward line a lot.
We'll make some good cash there too. So where you struggle with fantasy.
Are you supposed to sell players?
Yeah, so it's about cash generation. So you need the younger players or the lower price players like Warple who are going to make money. So when players get an injury in a game, they might score 2, their price will come plummeting down. So say Zach Merritt breaks his hand, he's out for 3 weeks or something, and he gets 5, and he's worth 950,000. The break even means his price drops, so he might come down to 800 and something. Then boom, Warpedo's gone up because he's dominating. Boom, trade. You've literally turned Warple into Zach Merritt for nothing. That's the name of the game. So you need all the rookies who are going to play so they generate all your cash. Like last year, Nick Dacos, he stayed in the side the whole year because he was that good.
See, that's why I can't play this game because I'm too close to my players, you see. I don't want to trade.
What? Jesus, you talk some rubbish.
I'm too loyal. I don't want to trade my players.
Mate, churn and burn. Ross Lyon style.
I'm upset we don't have Caleb in. Anyway, interchange. Defenders this is our interchange. I'll just go through them all. I won't say defenders, midfielders, whatever. Wilmot, is it Cincotta? Chincotta.
So he's an SP supplementary pick to Blues. Zach Williams out means there's a spot available for him in the side. So it's him or Cowan. One of them's going to play. For us, for funds, Chincotta got in. If he's out, we'll swap him over.
I like the name anyway. Campbell Chesser, Elijah Hewitt, McAndrew from Sydney, Green from Hawthorn, Fergus.
Yep, looks good.
Green, Long from West Coast, and Sartis. I don't know how to say
Sitsas?
Sitsas. T-S-I-T-A-S. Sitsas, like Sitsas.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, let's go with that. That's our team.
So, we got captain at the moment is Oliver, and obviously vice is Dunkley, because you don't know about the loophole, do you?
Oh, yeah. I learnt that last year. I was winning on a Sunday, and then all of a sudden, the bloke I was playing...
Captain gets
I was like, how the hell did that happen? He's like, I found a loophole. I was like, bullshit.
You don't find a loophole. Game. It's a well-known loophole fact.
He used the loophole.
He doesn't just automatically, wow, there's a loophole. I found a loophole. I'm digging for loopholes.
It was outrageous. I was very upset because I thought I was finally going to get a win. And
you got a couple, didn't you?
I got 3.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, I'm going to set up a league and I'm going to put it on our Twitter.
Everyone can join.
I want people to join. Now, this is a perfect little segue here for friends of the podcast, because I want to do something for friends of the podcast. And I've been looking around of what we can do because I want to have a party at the end of the year. My dream plan, I've got a business plan written up.
Shouldn't you focus on Vegas first? Yeah. Don't spend the money on the listeners.
Yeah, but that's pyramid. That's different. We're going to monetize the podcast.
Okay.
We're going to get some ads in and some sponsors, and all that money is going to go to a party at the end of the year. The pyramid's different.
We're talking to friends of the podcast out there that have lots of money.
But even,
you know who you are.
Even just other ads as well and sponsorship, like the Talking Baby Jesus doll. We're planning on, I want to do that at the end of the year. Right now, if we were to do it, we could probably go to Scarborough Bowls Club and buy everyone 1 pint.
Well, how about we
because we've got 6 friends of the podcast.
Well, what we're going to do, we're going to have so many beers left over from the end of the year, we can basically just bring an esky and supply.
But what I want to do is I'm going to get something for the friends of the podcast, a little token that when we do have the party, they can come. And if you finish top 4 in our league, you'll get a token of appreciation. What I'm thinking is a poker chip, Novak, right? A poker chip with front and center podcast on it. And what that poker chip is it's a friend chip. That's not the greatest thing ever. And then to come to a party, that's your token in. You bring your friendship because that's all we want really from you. We want your friendship. I've sold that. This is my business plan, ladies and gentlemen. So we will get there.
With all your multi-million-dollar mansions in Peppy Grove.
No, when the podcast is monetized, we will be in Peppy Grove. We'll be sitting in a mansion in a golf simulator room doing this.
How about
I'll be teaching you how to play golf.
Well, how about we get Delta to sponsor us?
Oh, there's no chance she's sponsoring us. No chance.
You never know. Maybe she likes the podcast.
Speaking of Delta, we've gone a bit sidetracked here. We got racing to get to, which we will get to in 2 seconds. But how upsetting is it that I tried to look for a cameo for you?
Don't worry. I thought of the same thing.
And no cameo from Delta. She doesn't want to take cameos.
Mate, she doesn't need the money.
Well, I would like a cameo from Delta.
Tweet her.
Well, she won't answer me. I've tried many times.
Oh, God.
Anyway, we've got this to do.
They're ready to go. Racing.
Humidor on the outside is trying hard. It's Weeks in front. Humidor's coming at her. Weeks is holding on. The Great Mare completes the Great
Here he comes. Chautauqua. Boom, right over the top. Chautauqua takes out the TJ.
Racing time, Novak. And you did pretty well last week. So I wanted to get a little grab there of me with Casino 17 saying it's going to win, and you said you wanted to get a beat. Thanks for that, by the way.
Lay. The
Really-
Taj factor. Didn't give it a bad ride, but he's just not Pontiff.
Really, really appreciate that. I would have had 3 out
I
of
said
4
you
then.
need to get the Prophet to consult with me, and I can tell you who the winners
He tried his best and he almost delivered. Anyway,
are.
all yours.
So we're at Group 1 racing again. So we're going to focus more on the East Coast.
Keep going. I want to get a beer.
All right, you do that, mate.
I'm listening.
You're waving arms at me. I'm like, Jesus. All right, so we got the...
I'll get you a beer too.
All right, we got the Australian Guineas over at... Oh, excuse me, I don't really do need one. At Flemington, we've got, obviously, some big dogs in this grade. So we got Jacquino. He's the favourite with Damien Lane. So he's 230. Been well backed, 310 into 230. So he had the Open Group 1 win last start. He's in the mix. We've got Elliptical, who was a fantastic winner last start. We earmarked. So he's at 650. And we've got Attrition. You're making a lot of noise there, Scott. We got Attrition at 850, and we got Legato. He's the NZ superstar. So Legato's won 6 out of 5. He's definitely in the mix. Mickey D, the man is on absolute fire at the moment. So this is a really red hot race. It's going to be one to tune into. So Jacquino is the horse that I said got that protest.
Yep.
Won the obviously now worth a
It's now
squillion.
worth money.
Yep, squillion. So obviously Damien Lane's on. Barrier 11's a bit sticky for me. Like, it runs on like a bomb, right? My slight concern, 1,600. So it's been winning over 1,400. 1,600 probably is its max. It's had 2 wins over 1,400, never run over 1,600. Elliptical, this is its wheelhouse. So it's one over 6. It ran behind Golden Mile in the Caulfield Guineas last year.
Yeah.
Ran second in the 2,000 metres in Randwick on the soft ground to Sharp and Smart, which came out and it's flying at the moment. And then it raced over 2,000 again. It was 3.5 off Zaki in the Champions. So that's pretty decent.
Good,
yeah, it's really decent.
Yep.
So that's really in the mix as well. And obviously, Attrition, it's a pain in the arse, right? Because you've got the Randwick Guineas in Sydney and you've got the Australian Guineas at Flemington. Yep. So both 3-year-old races, both on the same day, couple of hours apart, or a couple of minutes apart, two sides of Australia.
So there's a lot of good horses
and
running
they're double.
on
Well, they're double noms.
Yeah.
So like, Attrition's nom for both.
Yeah.
So I think he stays here.
You don't know yet.
But you don't know. Obviously, we've got the WA horse laced up heels. Hasn't been going as great over there. But look, good luck to Chris Parnham and Luke Fernie. Luke Fernie, pretty lucky at the moment anyway.
Yeah.
In this race, I'm siding with Elliptical. The main reason being Elliptical 230 a place, Jacquino 230 a win. So you can play each way here, and you'll get a win on Elliptical. Elliptical barrier 2, I think Composi nice and close. Jacquino barrier 11, so that's going to be back. It's going to be wide.
Yeah.
Long straight Flemington should suit both. Elliptical, I think, is a good price, so I'm happy to play it each way.
Yep. Cool.
So we'll go over to race 8. It's the Blamey. So this is sort of another lead up to the All-Star Mile. Cracking race last week, All-Star Mile lead up, where you had Alligator Blood, you had Thunderstruck, and you had Brightside. So Alligator Blood, as we said, got the job done. That didn't quite make the cut, unfortunately, on the results, Scott.
No,
Thank you. You can put in your place win on Osbred, but you can't put in my win on Alligator Blood. Thanks for that.
Hey, I needed to give me something.
Oh, you had Animo, mate.
Yeah, but anyone could, Blind Freddie could have picked bloody Adam.
Mate, you got to give, when you tip a winner, you get some love. All right, so we got favourite, Gentleman Roy. So the hard luck story from last start against Jacquino. So he's got the hot form. So he's at $3. We've got Tuvalu. So Tuvalu's Lindsay Smith horse ran second in some really good
horse,
Group 1s.
hey?
It is. It goes very good. You've got Pounding, the All-Star Mile hope from Peter Moody's stable. Then you got Uncle Bryn from Busted and Young with Blake Shin, who's also airborne at $9.
Yeah.
So this is another good race. You got the reigning Caulfield Cup favourite, Smokin' Romans, in the race as well. Perennial. How many starts does Sosi Bon have? Milko, one of the friends of the podcast. So one of his favourites. So it's had 87 starts for 7 wins. 9 wins, sorry.
How many places is that, though?
20.
Gun.
This is a good race.
Yeah.
Gentleman Roy, really, 1,600 is its wheelhouse. So 1,600 metres for Gentleman Roy. It's had, I'm going blind, 8 starts, 4 wins, 2 seconds. Track, 4 starts, 3 wins and a second. Track and distance, 3 starts, 2 wins and a second. That reads pretty good.
Good form.
But you read Tuvalu, 6 starts distance, 3 wins, 3 seconds. Track, 6 starts, 2 wins, 4 seconds. Track and distance, 5 starts, 2 wins, 3 seconds.
I'm taking that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right? But then, where I'm leaning, and there's already been money for it, a 1x4 play, so heavy place bet, small win, Uncle Bryn. So, Uncle Bryn, distance, 7 starts, 4 wins and a second. So, doesn't mind the trip. Second up isn't its best, but last start in that same race before, really ran up some backsides against Scalapini. So barrier 4 didn't get clear room, didn't get clear air. It's 60 kilos down to 56. It's already $11 into $9.
Yep.
You can play that, or you can have Gentleman Roy to win and have a small saver on Uncle Bryn.
Yep.
Gentleman Roy flying. That Jacquino form's hot.
So, you playing that race, though,
Yep.
you're going to take a big place on Uncle Bryn.
Small win, big place on Uncle Bryn.
Yep.
Pending the markets, obviously, if Uncle Bryn gets backed, you're like, well, the price is gone. So you're going to have Gentleman Roy win, small Uncle Bryn.
Okay.
So that is Melbourne done. Yep. Now we go over to Sydney. Now, currently good for, who knows what Sydney will dish up, but there's some good racing.
Yep.
So we got the 1,000 metre, the Challenge Stakes. So this is hot. So you've got Giga Kick, the Everest winner, the reigning 3-year-old superstar. So it's only been beaten once. So it's 240. You got Eduardo, perennial Sydney stalwart over there. He's 550. You got Remark. He's a bit of the new kid on the block. So he's at 440. You got Winterbottom Stakes winner Polelli at 650. And you got Passive Aggressive, who's also had a bit of a winning streak as well at 850. That's a red hot race.
Yeah.
How's Giga Kick going to come back? Came from nowhere to somewhere last prep. Obviously knocked off Nature Strip, won the Everest. Was a big run Champions Day. Now it's with the big boys.
Yeah.
So it still gets some a little bit of weight relief with the weight for age. 240. It's tough. It's tough. Yeah. So obviously Paul Ellie, 1,000 metres, not his best. Remark's first up run was massive. But now it's with the big boys. So it was a huge, huge win. So it's been gelded, and since it's been gelded, it's obviously had the old lads taken away, and it's really shown up. So it was a massive win last start. I don't really want to be playing this race. I really hope Giga Kick comes back. It's really good for the nation to have an up and coming horse.
Yep.
Very even. Like the Bopper's some sneaky chance as well. Zach Purton's down from Honkers. Not something I really want to get involved in, to be honest. Okay. But it's a good race. It'll be a good race to watch. So we got the Canterbury Stakes, Group 2, 1,300 metres. So again, another really interesting race. We've got an absolute superstar. New Zealand horse called Imperatas.
Yeah.
I did have some stats somewhere on Imperatas. So, unbeaten this prep. Latest, she beat Levante by 6 lengths. So, Levante, when there was Rock and Horse up the straight. So, Levante was on the near side and the winners were on the far side. Levante won the near side by a lot. So, it smoked it by 6 lengths. Imperatas then came out and beat La Creek. So, La Creek was the favourite for the Maya Classic last year, so it was odds on. It got absolutely smashed. It's a Group 1 horse. Yeah, right. Basically, it's won 8 out of its last 9, 6 on dry, by an aggregate of 16 lengths. It's contender.
Good. Yeah.
J-Mac on.
Oh, that's handy.
J-Mac on.
Yeah.
So it's $2.35 into $1.90. It's got support. It was always going to. We got Cascadian, the Warhorse, the runner-up in the what's it called now? Kingston Town over here. Obviously, Amelia's Jewel. It wasn't runner-up, sorry, just ran just behind him. Amelia's Jewel knocked him off. We've got Artorias. So Artorias is back from Royal Ascot. So and the Newmarket and wherever it ran over there. So it's I shouldn't say it's a nonny.
Yeah.
But it's 2 from 14. Gets back, runs on. Like Purton's on, so that's obviously a plus. They're your main ones, really. The only other one I could probably tune into is Golden Mile down the bottom, so that's the Godolphin horse. So it was a shade disappointing first up, but Barrier 2, Nash on, it's a really good horse. So if Golden Mile brings its A game, it's definitely in the mix.
Yep.
First up worried me because it was probably underdone, had every chance. J-Max off to ride Imperatas.
Okay.
So I'm with Imperatas. Brings its best form. It wins. Okay. I've got it best of the day.
All right. Where are we going now?
We're going to the... There's one more. All right. Here we go. Randwick Guineas. I was talking about the Australian Guineas before. Now we got the Randwick Guineas. So this is where our mate, Aft Cabin, is going around again. So Aft Cabin drawn another sticky gate, but he's at 270. You got Osipenko, who beat him last start, 450. You got Zoo Tiger, 650. You got Matcha Latte at 950. And then obviously you got Attrition, who's double nommed. Holy Man's has already come out and is going to Melbourne, so that's helpful. But really, the barrier draw hasn't helped Aft Cabin. But last start when he ran, the rail was the place to be, and he was 3 wide, then outside lead. Osipenko came up the inside, had the pie run.
Yep.
J-Mac's back on now, Clark off. So in J-Mac we trust.
Okay.
Going Aft Cabin again. If he can slide forward and get outside the lead and not sit 3 wide the trip, he gets the right run. Osipenko, obviously danger, but in J-Mac we trust.
Okay. That's good. All right. And now we go on Ascot? Or
we're going to Ascot. No, we're going to Ascot. It's not a really great meeting depth-wise. Last week was much better for depth, but we've got the Westbred Platinum Final. 1,200 metres for horses that are Westbred. It's an absolute dart job. So we got Ain't No Other Man for Luke Campbell, my boy Luke Campbell, 650. Born to Talk for the owners of Bruce, $8. Desert Vixen, Holly Watson, $5.50. You got Cable Boy 12s. Here's Dreaming for the Wiz, $3.70. You got Twice a Fortnight, $5.50. You got Like a Jaguar, $10. So this is just about as tough as it gets. Hopefully Born to Talk runs well for the owners. They have shouted me a few champagnes in the winner's room every now and then, so good on them. We give it dips of the lid to them.
Yeah.
Obviously, Pike and Fernie. Fernie's had enough luck. So we're going to side with my nemesis, the Car Battery, Twice a Fortnight. So the horse has been doing plenty wrong. But last start, the worlds aligned. So first up, it was 2nd to 14, beaten a head bobber. We were on that day. That was torture. And then it had some stinkers. 8 to 8th, nothing went right. 10th of 11th, did things wrong. But then last start, exceptional ride from Paddy, barrier 6, got the split late, hit the line, nailed them. So, look, anything can win. It's $5.50. It's probably unders. It's not a race I really, really want to play.
Yeah.
But look, it's the race of the day, so that's what we cover.
Okay.
The other one, it's a tough day for me. I've got Pike winning about 5 races.
Yeah.
And when that happens, I get scared because you've got to pick the right ones.
Yeah.
And if I back 3 of them, they're going to lose and the other 2 are going to win.
Well, maybe you should give that to the listeners.
Well,
the 3 that you love, because then they can back against.
Well, I think Prawn's 11 wins.
Yeah.
It's a good horse. I think Man Crush wins, so we've been with Man Crush before. Where else are we going? Western Knight, it probably wins. Capo Veloce, it probably wins. Star Chien, it probably wins. So there's 5.
Yeah.
They're all well found as well. And he's got Be Optimistic in the last, and it's been enormous.
Yep.
So it's been smashed. It's 370 to 260. So I think it wins too. Obviously, I've just given out a shitload of tips, but
no, that's all right.
I think they all pretty much go close. Do I want to be backing a lot of them? It'll be more weight to the day, see the pattern.
Yeah.
Last week, it was impossible to make ground. So poor Bruce was out the back
And,
last. He ran home very well, but Maricino, as we said, if it was an absolute chips-in job. If it had a start, it didn't matter. It got bapped off the map. So it beat Steinem in the Summer Carnival over here. Steinem came out and won at Sandown on Saturday, and the money came, and it got absolutely truck-loaded, and it won accordingly. And poor Bruce's legs were spinning out the back, and he still ran home sub-36,
still ran home
really well. So hopefully they're talking maybe Bunbury Cup for him, so that it flips my lid that's actually even a concept. But that could be Saturday week. It could be a big day on the cans at Ascot if that happens.
Right.
So.
And Sizzle Me Patrick got hammered even more and gave
no, it gave plenty.
Just couldn't get out.
It got absolutely smoked
Yeah.
into a pocket.
Yeah.
It was open 20. It was $4 when they jumped. $4,
got hammered.
and the split just wasn't there.
Yeah.
And it hit the line well.
Yeah.
But there's going to be no $20 next start.
Oh well,
which is
unlucky.
unfortunate.
All right,
but yeah, so look, the plays. I think Imperataz best of the day.
Yep.
I want to play elliptical each way.
Yep.
They're the 2 main ones.
Okay.
If you're pushing me for like a real left field throw at the stumps, extremely out wide.
Yep.
In the aft cabin race, where are we?
Oh, dead air.
Manzoice. So Manzoice, right? It's the Derby winner from last year. It's got barrier 14. I like these stayers that come back fresh. They can have absolute bottlers first up. So they're obviously suited over bigger trips. It's a very good horse. Obviously, 1,400, well short of its distance. So 1 start, first up for a second. Something mad, it's $34. So if that's like way out wide, sneaky. But that's like, I'm not declaring that of any sorts, but I just like those horses.
If it wins, you will.
Well, it'll go back to last. It'll steam home, and I want to see it steaming home for the line because I want to see for the Sydney Derby coming up.
Yep. All right. That's good. You've given a fair few there, and hopefully some solid winners.
What about yourself? What's the prophet got to say? Does the prophet say anything about the running with thieves?
No, he might be smoking that stuff.
Oh, it's really bad.
A Carlton Dry is actually better than that. So,
Carlton Dry's got everything I've had so far covered.
yeah, we should. I'm going to start going on normal beers. Anyway, I'll get through this in
Just
about
pick good ones.
in about 2 minutes. Maybe I should start looking for reviews. That's why we need suggestions, people. All right, I'm going to get through this in 2 minutes. So, Prophet has sent me 4 guaranteed winners.
This is worse than mixed multi. This is absolutely worse than mixed multi.
So, hold on. I got 3 winners at 290 was the place for Osbred Rising Sun. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
And
but
Animo, and then
you got
Jinx
2.
Bet. Your Jinx Bet almost came home. Anyway.
So you got 2 last week.
Yep, look at me go. Anyway, Randwick. Well, not me, the Prophet. Randwick, race 2, number 1, Cylinder.
Oh, you're back with Cylinder. That's
$3.
That's a good race.
Yeah.
Like it's the same field as last week or last start, sorry, but you've got Red Resistance.
Yeah.
Now, Red Resistance is a big issue for you. In my opinion, it's the slipper favourite. I think it wins the slipper.
Sometimes I told you, you just got to believe. So this is what the Prophet said. With him again, last win was very strong to the line. Did that first up, 1,200, no worries. That's what he sent me.
J-Mac.
So J-Mac's on.
Yep.
He hasn't even mentioned J-Mac. There you go. That's even better. Race 9, number 2, Roots.
Yep.
Was good late 2 weeks ago. Third to Electric Girl. I don't know what that means, but I hope you do.
Electric Girl is running in one of the main races.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
basically, we've got an issue here.
Okay. Well,
I've just given the Pike Vortex out at Perth. Now we're in the full heavy J-Mac Vortex.
yeah, well, I didn't know Cylinder was on J-Mac, but anyway, well, he must have, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Then he's gone Fitter, Tick, Mile, Tick, J-Mac, Tick, Keen.
Yep. No,
That's all he said.
I think that is a very, very good tip.
Yep. Okay. Oh, there you go. Well done, Prophet.
But the issue is we got J-Mac Roots, J-Mac Aft Cabin, J-Mac
He's in for a day, isn't he?
Cylinder,
Back J-Mac.
but then we got Pike and J-Mac. Oh, I just feel dirty. It makes me feel like I need a shower.
Anyway, then we move to Flemington. Race 2, number 5, Timor. I think that's how you say it. Timou. I'm not good at names.
Yeah.
Timor. This horse is flying. Half decent ride. He'll be hard to beat. Love his finish over 2,000 metres 2 weeks ago. Will love 2,500. Back him. That's what I mean.
Tough race, that one. Look, Stayers race is tough. Obviously, you've got the Bob. Poor Bob. Bob's travelling worse than this beer at the moment. He's got Midnight Blue in. But, yeah, look, to be honest, I don't know much about that race. I'd take his word for it. It definitely looks in the mix.
Yep.
There's a Tony McAvoy, so usual, barrier 1. It's won 3 in a row, so it's obviously got to be a chance. But we'll take that on board.
Something good. Then you mentioned this horse before, and it is Pike. Race 2, number 3, Prawns 11. This colt has talent. Pike had a ripper ride on it 2 weeks ago. He is back on. Trip is a small question mark.
It is. 1,200 back to 1,000 is a question mark.
But
the horse
should finish strong.
It should, but the horse is a bit of a lunatic. Like it does It does things wrong. So it's had 7 starts, 3 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. It does a lot of things wrong in its races.
Well, let's hope it wins. I'm going to back all those for a place. $25 on that gets me 1,600. So I'm going to do that.
To place or to win?
Oh, sorry, to win. All of them to win. All of them to win.
Well, that shan't be happening, but...
Well, hey, sometimes, I told you just got to believe.
Yep.
And if that doesn't happen, we've always got this.
Pyramid, 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 pyramid.
Felt a bit slower.
There was some bass on that pyramid.
I know, that was a bit strange, but anyway.
Maybe Mel Jones has just got a hold of that as well.
She should really slow us down tonight. All right, so Pyramid, we are up and about right now.
We didn't get any listener tips this week, did we?
No, we didn't. But thanks again. Shout out to Milko, friend of the podcast. Your little friendship will be coming, and you're welcome to have our friendship.
Jesus Christ. Milko's just tuned off now. That's really bad.
It's so good.
You could at least give him like a ship, not an actual chip.
It's a friendship.
Yeah, but give him a ship, mate.
I'm not going to... Then if we have an event and they bring a ship, where are we going to put them all?
Mate.
You're going to look after them all?
Yeah, 100%.
Chips, we can just put in a box. Anyway, so the Pyramid, we are at 225 is what we're at right now.
Yeah.
Thanks to Milko's tip. Appreciate it. So we're looking for something this week. We can divide it up and try to get there.
I'm not a big divide up player.
That's fine. I had one, but it's too late because it started at 8 o'clock tonight. And that was John Rahm to make the top 20 because he is on fire. I was sent, I'll tell you what he's done. Not that this really matters because we can't get on him, but a bit of golf chat for you.
So why are we bothering with this?
Because I know how much you like golf.
Jesus.
He went 7th, 6th, 4th, 3rd, 1, tied 4th, 1.
And he's come 28th.
Yeah, well, we've missed it. So
I missed one as well. So obviously Melbourne Storm, I was talking, we were watching it earlier, Golden Point winner for them. 18 years in a row since Bellamy's been coaching. They've never lost a round 1 game.
There you go. And we missed it.
Yeah.
Classic.
And obviously, we're in the areas of the cricket as well, but the Stumps Day too. And the Aussies are chasing 75 to win, surely.
Well, I've got one here. And thanks to the good people at Bet365 who give me odd boosts.
Mate, you've just sacrilege. Bet365 are the worst.
Yeah,
No one
hey,
can bet with them.
no,
the fact that you've got a valid Bet365 account shows how much of a bad punter you are.
No, because
no
I
buts,
don't,
no ifs, no maybes.
because I don't give you
Horrendous.
access to my Bet365 account.
Yeah, disgrace,
and you haven't
mate.
ruined my Bet365 account.
Mate, it doesn't take much to ruin a 365 account.
Anyway, so my bet.
So this is going to ruin it. You're going to ruin your Bet365 on the pyramid.
I've got plenty of others. I was going to bring this to the table as my bet anyway. It was going to be $1.22. It's into $1.20, and that was Penrith to beat Brisbane Broncos at $1.20. But Bet365 are giving me a mega boost, so it says your boosts, mega boost, to $2, which gets us to $4.50. I'm not a big $2 player. I know you said to me when I messaged you this earlier today, you were like, just something's off there. Why would they be doing that?
Yeah.
But Penrith are just Penrith. They won the flag last year.
Agree, but have you done a deep dive?
No.
So that scares me. I think we're going to have to do a deep dive on that. Find the ins and outs, because obviously
They might know.
Cleary needs to be playing. Teo needs to be playing.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have a clue what Brisbane recruits are. I know Bennett's gone. He's now at the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Like,
So what are you thinking? You want the cricket, do you?
well, no, because the cricket's done.
Yeah.
Australia $1.04.
Yeah, okay.
So, we can take that if you
Oh,
want.
well, that's what I thought you might want.
Nah, hell
I was going
no.
to say, you've really changed your tune here.
Hell no.
Is there anything you did want?
Well, Imperataz is my best of the day.
What was that, huh?
$1.95. But we'll have a discussion. We'll do a deep dive.
Yeah.
We're not going to say commit to the Penrith unless we do a deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to bring your A game. Bring your stats, bring your figures, bring your teams.
We'll have a look.
Watch some stuff on Twitter. Do some research for once in your life instead of just bringing something to the table, because your track record on $1.20 pops has not been good so
It
far.
hasn't. It really hasn't. But, this one, I just have a good feeling.
Oh, no.
I really need footy season to start. Because then I can bring some stuff. Anyway, we will have a chat about that. We'll post it on Twitter.
Yeah. That'll probably be tomorrow. We'll do a bit of a deep dive.
You know what will happen? We'll go, all right, let's do the Penrith bet, and then we'll remove the $2. Anyway, doesn't matter. We'll have a look. And if that does happen, there's one place a Bet365 can go, and that place is right here.
Look at all this fucking... Who's putting all this in the bin? How many portions are you putting in there? How much is in the bin? Look! Look! What the fuck is this?
That is such a good intro. Novak, in the bin. What do we got?
Horror.
I'm going to put the timer on for you.
Don't do the
minutes.
time.
I like you angry
Firstly,
and rushed.
Jake Paul in the bin.
Yep.
So, I'm not sure if everyone saw the social media stuff. That fight was #rigged. There was a script that went out. Tommy Fury was going to hurt his eye. The doctor was going to get involved, but he was still going to win. He lost.
He did.
His brother said he's going to put his whole stake in this stupid Prime Energy drink on the fight him to win. And mind you, Logan Paul, Midvale?
Yeah, I know.
Midvale? No offense to Midvale, but you come all the way from America and you're going to have a meet and greet at Midvale and then you cancel the meeting.
It's because he found out when.
No shit. Do your research. That's as bad as Scott bringing Penrith to the table. But Jake Paul, we lost. And then he pulled out this absolute wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Oh, I had all these injuries. I was feeling really flat. I got sick a few times. I injured my hand. Mate, you're meant to be a professional athlete. You're a professional pretender. Do better. In the bin. Melbourne Sporting fans, in the bin.
Wow.
Noah Bolter. Noah Bolter's gone out to help the Mullet. Yeah. The Mullet's coaching Croatia in a AFL friendship game, Croatia versus Afghanistan.
Who's the mullet?
Ivan Maric.
Oh, okay.
So there's a blue on the ground. Noah Bolter goes out there. What happens? He gets clocked in the head.
Yeah, not good.
He's walking around, coaching, investing, putting back into the game as a player, and he gets punched in the face. Melbourne crowd in the bin. Melbourne victory at the soccer. Bloke runs on the field, throws the bucket at the goalkeeper's head. The only bucket you have on your head at sport is the bucket heads at the Big Bash.
Which is so stupid.
Exactly. Bucket of sand at a player. Melbourne crowd, do better. In the bin. Indian cricket pitches. We've just talked about...
What's wrong with those?
Well, we're just talking about where things are at now. This is the backup pitch. The indoor Holkar Stadium was the venue in Dharamsala. It was deemed unfit to host. There was no grass on the outfield and the pitch was rock hard. So they moved the test.
Yeah.
They moved it to the Himachal Pradesh Cricket Association Stadium where we're at right now. Did you see first day? 6th over of the game, Gazza Lyon comes in,
Right.
bowls an offie, lands about 3 metres outside off stump, spins at right angles, half a millimetre off the ground, bowls Pujara middle stump. What the heck is that? This is the backup test. It's meant to be better.
That's just good.
It is horrendous.
That's just good spin bowling.
30 wickets in 2 days. It's like 160 overs, 30 wickets. 30 wickets.
That's outrageous.
Do better.
Yes.
And finally, Todd Blanchfield. In the bin, Todd.
I didn't know where you were going with that. You're just looking at me.
I'm not happy, Todd. For those playing at home, he came out and tore it up last week. He wasn't happy with 23. He came out and got 30 fucking 1 points. 54 points in 2 games. 54 points in 2 games. 2 games, double figures, not even double figures, more than 20. How many games of points of more than 20 in the NBL this year? 0.
Yeah, well.
How many games more than double figures in the NBL this year? 2. 54 points in 2 games, 56 points his last 22 games, Todd. 22 games. I know you're not playing, but that's because you're playing shit house. Now you come out and do this, we got to play Todd Blanchfield now. He's dominating. Todd, in the bin. In the bin. Don't come back. In the garbage bin. On the truck. Out the way to the tip. Never to be seen again. No more, Todd.
All right. Take a deep breath. Have some bong water.
Bong water in the bin.
All right.
I'm nearly done. It's taken me this long to get nearly done.
All right. Well, I was laughing. But
Todd.
now hopefully I can make you laugh.
Oh,
with a funny
I've
joke.
brought a stinker this week too.
Well, it's got to be better than you won last week.
No, I don't think so. Philippe Philop's got this covered.
I'm gonna have to concentrate when I say mine. But anyway, I'm ready. I'm ready.
You want
Hit
me to go?
Yeah, hit me.
All right. String walks into the bar. The bartender goes, "Sorry, we don't serve string here." The string walks out. He's a bit upset. He's all sad. But he's got an idea. So what does he do? Ties himself in a knot, trims all the edges, makes him all bedazzled, looks fantastic. Cuts both off the ends off the string. He's in a nice little bow there. Walks back into the bar. Bartender goes, "Aren't you that string I just turned away?" He goes, "Nah, I'm afraid not." Afraid not, Scott. In a bow, afraid not.
The setup was pretty good. It was better than your last one.
You reckon that was better than Philippe Philop?
It was. That wasn't half bad. I'll give you that.
All right.
All right.
Afraid not.
Hey, wasn't it? Was better. Better.
Okay.
Better.
Now, we got some feedbacks. Friends of the podcast said your delivery was much better last week.
good.
They liked it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to really concentrate.
So, yeah, they liked the delivery. The
right.
delivery's improved because the feedback was really bad delivery. And now you're in better. So let's hopefully you can bring it to the table.
I did have a Red Bull before the podcast last week.
Is there any
so
racism,
let's-
sexism, nepotism, anything ism in this show?
No.
You say that and you're thinking really hard. I don't like that.
Half of those words I don't know what they mean.
Oh,
so anyway.
God almighty.
Anyway, all right. Is it a short one?
This is probably your area then.
All right. Why don't boxers have sex the night before a fight? Because they don't like each other that much. Because they don't have, because they're going to fight each other. They won't have sex before they fight.
Oh, boy.
Very good.
No, it's not, mate.
That's good.
No, it's not. Just quietly, friend of the podcast
hilarious.
last week got joke of the day. It was a ripper. Everyone loved that.
It was very, very good. And that's why we need you people out there to send us through jokes.
Because we're really bad.
Ours are bad, even though I think mine are pretty funny.
I was trying to figure it out, and then that came with it, and I was like, that's not that clever at all.
Anyway, we're going to tidy this up and finish off. So remember, join our fantasy on
We'll post
Twitter.
the league because there's a league code when you create
Yeah.
the league. So we'll post that code on Twitter.
We'll get all that
post
sorted.
our pyramid once we do our deep dive on this Broncos game. When is the game? I'm scared.
I think it's on Saturday. It's tomorrow. No, wait, tomorrow's Friday. Saturday.
This is really good signs here.
Saturday. It's on Saturday. I know they're playing the Broncos.
It's actually tomorrow,
Is it?
and it's 5:05.
Oh, perfect. Perfect timing.
And Broncos have been backed $4.
So what a...
$1.25.
Oh, still free money. Anyway.
Oh, no.
Anyway. We're going to wrap this up. So join that because top 4 are going to get their friendships.
So when the pyramid loses, we know what to do.
Yes. No, we'll have a chat about this. So then at least you agree to it.
I don't agree. Anything 365 related can go in the bin.
Anyway, we're going to wrap this up. Thanks for listening. Get your beer reviews in, get your jokes in. Shout out to friend of the podcast, Den and Bar. Congratulations on your baby boy today. Novak, see you later.
See you, mate.
See you next week.